they're gonna be breaking up really quickly? Probably. With that kind of strange girl.
They're strange. They're strange. That's the problem.
はい、皆さんこんにちは。そうです。今日はですね、多分皆さん人生で一度は思われたことあると思うんですけども、日本人男性はアメリカ人女性と付き合うことができるのか、これについてアメリカ人の女性にちょっと質問してみたので、早速見ていきましょう。To ask you, I saw today, I was just kind of watching YouTube, and then there was a Japanese guy who is a YouTuber who is very famous one, and he asked a stranger walking in the road in Australia, is Japanese male attract to Australian girl or woman, and I've never had any American friends ever, so I was just curious, do Japanese male have a chance to go on date with American girls or women?
Yes, they do. Absolutely.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. I think so.
Wow.
Definitely. So it depends though a little bit. So I would say there are because there's a lot of people in the United States and in Europe who are very, very interested in Japan, and they're interested in Japanese people, and as a result, yes, absolutely. There's a lot of women who love Japanese music, so they really like Japanese, are very attracted to Japanese musicians, or they watch TV dramas, so they see a lot of actors that they like. So I know quite a few people that like Japanese men. I know a lot of women who do.
Wow. Really?
A lot of my friends do actually. Yeah, I know quite a few, but I would say typically, I think a lot of the women that are interested in Japanese men, they have an interest in Japan and going to Japan. So something about Japan. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe some people, yes, they don't really talk about it so much, but it depends kind of what you're interested in. I hear the same about some American women like British men or Australian men, and they must have some interest in these countries or cultures usually, or maybe it's something like their accent, or they see something from movies. So yeah, absolutely they do.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Just have to be careful because the ones that are interested in Japan, there's some people are totally okay, some people are strange.
Okay. Some people are strange.
I knew when I was in university, I knew girls that wanted a Japanese boyfriend, and they were strange.
How is it strange? In what way?
They really, really love manga. They're like otaku, basically. And they just think dating a Japanese guy would be so cool, like manga or animation, and they are not in reality at all. There's quite a few that are normal, but there's a few that you're just oh no.
Oh, so they're gonna be breaking up really quickly? Probably. With that kind of strange girl?
They're strange. They're strange. That's the problem. They wouldn't break up quickly, but they would be strange. Probably.
Right.
they're I knew girls in university who were like that. They were in my Japanese class, and that's why I knew who they were. You can tell immediately if they are strange or not strange because they will talk all the time about their favorite manga. That's the only thing they talk about, and you're oh, you're one of the strange ones.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna keep it in mind.
Yeah. So if they're just sitting there only talking about one topic, they're probably a little strange.
Wow.
It happens sometimes. It's particularly with Japan, I think this is kind of an issue because basically some people, when I took a Japanese class, some people, everybody has a different reason for learning Japanese. Some people
That's it.
Yeah, that's all. So everything to them about Japan, everything is cool. There's never any negativity at all. There's no real life. It's just cosplay and manga and animation.
Wow.
So those ones, everybody knew who they were in the class. So
Wow.
yeah, because I think the reason is for people in America or Europe, Japan is so far away.
Yeah.
And we don't really have easily access information about the culture, people, or anything. So some people just really have a fantasy about Japan, like, oh, it's the best place ever. It's so cool. And they don't think realistically about Japan or Japanese people, just whatever they saw from entertainment only. And they guess many people are the same as the entertainment they watch. These kind of people really, I think, need to learn more about Japan, probably, and learn about the country and the culture, and not just entertainment all the time.
Wow. Yeah, like for me, like the character in Japanese manga are doing in animation, I wouldn't do it like in the reality.
No. I feel like it's not realistic at all, actually. Like, it's totally fantasy.
Yeah.
Cartoon.
Like in love romance, there's a kabedon in like Japanese animation culture. If some men do it in the reality, then just will be kicked out from the school or something.
Yes, absolutely. I think so too. They have to know nobody does that in real life.
No.
It's not normal. I even wonder, even in United States, like, do they not realize?
Yeah, true. Yeah, on that YouTube, so one girl was saying that so she was in the language school in Australia, and there was like a few Japanese students in there as well, but they've never like tried to talk to her because probably they just would be shy or something.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, that's always very hard, I think, because when you're in the West, there's almost an expectation that a lot of people are very outgoing, especially men come up and talk to women. So sometimes it is very hard that they're so shy in Japan. So yeah, maybe depends on the person. Like,